Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, how are you? I'm Lena from Love Me and Crochet. It's very nice to meet you. So today I will be combining my two favorite things, which is crochet and a really good book review, something I am very into doing. I will be crocheting this sweater that I'm making for my little brother. I'm currently working on the second arm sleeve, and I am using the Carron anniversary cake from 2024 called the Pebbled Path. While I'm working on that, I will be talking about the book The Locked Door by Freida McFadden. So if you're ready, just like I'm ready, let's dive in. Alright, so The Locked Door is about a girl named Nora who, at 11 years old, she lived with her father who was always in the basement, and she didn't know what was going on until they found out that her father was killing girls in the basement, and he went to jail. And when that happened, her whole life changed completely. And so this book takes place when she gets older and her father is in jail, and she is a well-established surgeon. She's changed her name and nobody really knows about her story. And so she's living her life quietly, doing her own thing, until she finds out that one of her clients was murdered in the same way that her father killed his victims. And so, of course, the people that do know her, like law enforcement, they come after her because she is her father's daughter, and nobody ever killed anybody like him. So they are assuming that she did what her father did. So they're coming after her, and she basically has to, well, escape this. She got to figure out who's trying to take her down. She got to figure out why, what's going on, like how this can even happen to her. And there is a lot of different instances where I feel like the author, of course, is gonna try to make us think it's one person versus the other, and typically it involves lots of guessing, right? Because it's a mystery, it's a thriller, it is one of those types of books. So in the process of this journey, a guy from her past comes into her life, and their history is quite unique. And with this all going on, you can see different people in her life that she begins to suspect, and the frustration she feels as she tries to explain to law enforcement that, well, it wasn't her, and that could be a very frustrating time. So throughout the book, you can go through the process of engaging in her thoughts as she tells her story, and it's really up to you as a reader to, well, pretty much guess who it is. And then, of course, towards the end, they show us who it is, and I'll be honest, I was quite shocked at who it was, mainly because it wasn't someone I was really thinking about, didn't really think they were a prominent character in the book. But I can see why the author went that way. So with that being said, that is a little bit about the book. And now I'm gonna go into my thoughts. Okay, so how did I even get to picking this book up? Well, a few friends of mine started a book club, and this was the first book in the book club, and so we did a poll, and I didn't necessarily choose this book, but the book got the majority vote, and that's what we chose. I'm not typically into thrillers. I'm more so into romantic-y type books. I'll pick up like just a cute love story here and there that's not necessarily a romantic-y, but that's really what I'm used to as far as the reading world goes. So I was kind of like hesitant with the book, but of course I want to be a part of the book club, and so therefore, well, I read it. That's how I got here. As far as my favorite characters throughout the book, I will say Nora was my least favorite, even though she's the main character of the book. And that's because she was so freaking paranoid. Like, I just felt like there were easier solutions throughout the book that could have been done, but then I just feel like if she took the easy way out, there wouldn't be a book, right? So therefore, like, I kind of understood you gotta have something to work with, but I just feel like those easy way out shouldn't have been like an option, and I wouldn't have thought about it. Like, there's just a couple of instances where I would just kind of over the whole like, is it this person, is it that person, or I don't want to be blamed, la la la, and I'm just like just tell them, just directly tell them, like, hey, I'm kind of scared, I think something's going on, like la la la, like get some professional help. That is what I was thinking. I was thinking get some professional help. And then I also was kind of annoyed with her reasonings behind the people that she was suspecting. So I was just kind of like, okay, like, is that even a good enough reason to suspect this person? Like, reality. But once again, this is fiction, and I'm using like my real life thoughts to her situation. But I'm just thinking to myself, you're a surgeon, you know, you got connections, you got lawyers, you got XYZ that you can attain, and I just feel like you're not using them. And she just went too far in trying to protect her image because of her dad, and I just really felt like it was not that big of a deal. Like, she made decisions and had emotions towards people that knew nothing, and she was just so paranoid all the time, and I just felt like kind of frustrated, just a tad. So I was supposed to talk about my favorite, but that was like kind of like my least favorite character. I don't really have like a real favorite character, but if I had to choose one, it would probably be Philip, which is her like coworker pretty much. And that is because I just feel like he got the crappy end of the stick, and he just deserved better in the story. Like, I just feel like he deserved so much better, you know, character development wise, just his life wise, just like, I just feel like he deserved better throughout the story. And he was prominent, but I don't know, I just think the character itself was quite something. I wouldn't say I had a favorite quote. I would just give like a situation that was quite funny. I just don't want to give too much. Okay, so basically there's an area in the book that involves soap, and Nora got mad at the type of soap that her coworker purchased for the building or / establishment that they work in, and she like threw a fit, and he didn't even know like why. Like, she just like went off on him over this lavender soap, which we know the reason behind it, like as a reader, but he doesn't know the reason. And she literally just pops off, just going off, and like, I just feel like it was just so uncalled for. I understand there's like a panic attack, I understand that there's like anxiety or, you know, stuff like that sometimes you just react, but the anger that happened, it was like nobody knows your story. Now, nobody knows anything about you. So for you to react the way you are reacting, it's just a bit much. And so that is like probably like one of the funniest parts of the book to me. It was quite comical. I was just like, girl, you for real? Are you serious right now? Like, are you kidding yourself? Like, in a way you just did that. But it was a high stress environment, and I'm like giving her the benefit of the doubt, because in reality, like, people just react to things that are triggering, and that's the truth. I just felt so bad for her coworker. Like, that's just how I'm feeling. When it comes to the book itself, I just had a hard time staying engaged. A lot of people believe that Freida McFadden is a really good writer, and I just wasn't super into this book per se. I am not opposed to reading more of her works. I got through this thriller and it wasn't disgusting. It wasn't nothing that like grossed me out or anything. So I feel like I could tolerate her writing. So I'm really open to reading more of her books. The writing style, I feel like it was a really easy read. I feel like it wasn't nothing difficult, nothing that took me too long. Like, honestly, that book was quite short. Like, read it in a few hours. It wasn't nothing too crazy. So if you like a quick read, something fun to read, you know, say you read it. According to a few friends of mine, they feel like she has better books. But like I said, this is the first book I've read by her. So I would like to read more books so that I can see what else she got going on. But first impression, or me just reading this book alone, it is not one of my favorites, because I just couldn't get past like the small stuff. I guess I could get past it. I finished it, but I think it was just some of the small things just kind of got like, ugh, it was just kind of like big size. So with that, I actually gave this book a 6 out of 10 because if anything, it was quite funny and I was able to do a quick read and get through it without the funniness. I might give it a little lower. I won't say what number I would give, but I probably give a little lower. I felt like it was quite comical. I feel like, and not in a way that's just like this book is trash. It's just like some things that happened made me giggle. That's just me. So this book got a 6 out of 10 from me. I am looking forward to reading another book by her. So if you have any recommendation, let me know. I am very open to it. This is the end of my book review of The Locked Door by Freida McFadden. Let me know if you read this one, or if you have any book recommendations that I should read while I crochet next. If you love this cozy combo, please consider liking, subscribing, and turning on that notification bell so that you can be notified when I make my next video. And with that, I will see you in the next one, my crochet babes. Bye!